Alright, another edition of On My Way to Work. Let's get right there. Alright, leaving my driveway. Alright, so today I want to touch up on what the heck I'm doing with my YouTube videos and YouTube channel and all that other stuff. And this is actually coming in response to I don't know, just a couple of things people have asked me about, and like people who has access to send me private messages and stuff. And plus Graham had asked a question why I'm so obsessed with him. So for you guys who don't know, like me and Graham, we are like frenemies. So Graham states over and over again that, you know, he tolerates transgendered people, doesn't want them to be illegal, but he states a lot of really negative things about transgender people altogether. So it's really hard to get a read on where his opinions actually align with. But I know that, alright, so here's what I'm doing with Graham here, alright? I'm under the knowledge, I know that the midterms elections are coming up. And with the midterms election coming up, I know the stakes are high this election. They're very high. And these midterms can actually put a collar on Garfield. Garfield being Donald Trump because he's orange and he's fat and, you know, probably eats a lot of lasagna. But yeah, so we need a collar put on Garfield. So we need to make sure that we have a blue wave. Now, I know the numbers are looking good for the Democrats. However, it doesn't mean that we can relax. It is more important than anything to make sure we're doing what we can. So, when I watch YouTube, I end up coming across a lot of videos where people are talking about, you know, do what you can, you know, put any effort that you can, you know, make videos, call out people for, you know, doing this or that, you know. So I happened to come across Graham, and I was sitting there thinking, you know, I kind of want to debate people. I'm not really experienced in debating people outside of the Bible, but you know, I would really like to try to debate people and try to learn a thing or two about debating. So Graham just showed up one day in my video feeds, and I went ahead and joined his Discord. And one of the things I keep on seeing Graham do over and over again is consistently share misinformation, keeps misconstruing facts, and, you know, saying a lot of harmful things, you know, to not just the trans community, but towards Democrats and all the other stuff. So, you know, I hear him saying everything that he's saying, and you know, I gotta say that when I hear him say it, it's like, okay, that's not right, that's not correct, I know that's not right, and I know that's not correct. So here's how I'm seeing this. I'm seeing Graham and his followers as my corner of their internet to try to chisel at. Now, I'm not the only person that's trying to chisel at this little bit of corner in the internet, but I am one of a few people that is making that effort. So it's not that I'm obsessed with Graham. It's that, well, first of all, he provides a lot of ammunition. But also, he has followers that are hanging on to a lot of the words that Graham says and does what they can to consistently prove what he states. So, I kind of see Graham as somebody that needs to be called out for his statements. But that's how I'm seeing with this whole situation. It's not that I'm obsessed with Graham. Now I can certainly state that with these videos, I am not going to be mentioning Graham in every single video, and I'm not even going to be talking about politics in every single video as far as my on my way to work kind of videos. But as far as my more edited videos and more prepared videos, for right now, most of them are going to contain, you know, trying to break down a lot of the bad statements that Graham makes. Like I already have like 10 videos in mind, and I just got to do them. It just takes time. It takes like, I don't know, probably a good 10 hours just to make each video. We're talking research, then the script, and then the recording, and then the editing. Heck, I think the recording alone probably takes an hour, because I'm continuously repeating the same paragraph over and over again, because I want to make sure I use the best possible paragraph to use. You know, it's not that I'm obsessed with Graham. I just know that his statements need to be clapped back on and covered. He needs to be proven that he's wrong in his statements. And one of the funniest things I see Graham do in one of my last videos, I think it's the DSM-5, I shared a video of him making a statement, and then he turned around and tried to state that he did not make that statement, even though I had the recording of him making that very statement in my video. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I don't know how to respond to that. This is very weird. Like, all I could do was just laugh, because this is just so mind-boggling. I don't know, it makes me speechless a lot of times. So anyways, I am getting ready to get to work. I'm like not too far away, but I'm not gonna quit making this video until I park, because it's gonna be a straight up start it before I go into drive, and then stop the video after I park the vehicle, so that way I'm not breaking any laws here. I see Dayton Freight is here. That's good. They're here a little bit early. Yesterday showed up just after lunch, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so I am going to the parking lot. I'm gonna let this truck pass. That, I think, yeah, it's Chris. Alright, so I'm gonna I don't know if I'm gonna make these on my way to work videos every day. I might try, because there's a lot that I want to talk about, and it doesn't just consist of talking about Graham. I would like to touch up on other political stuff. Now, eventually, I am going to like cover other YouTubers as well. That's my plan. But for right now, I'm just trying to get comfortable, trying to find my progress for getting stuff done. So once I find my comfort in getting this stuff done, then, you know, maybe we'll see a little bit more of a process. Who is that? There's 2 sidewalk cleaners. You can't park there. Alright, sorry, there's a guy parked with a trailer right there. Figured I'd make fun of him for a moment. We'll park right next to this black Jeep. 2 really nice black Jeeps. And that's a Sahara, the same trim as my Jeep. Unlimited. It's probably a newer year though. Mine's only a 2016 Jeep. So I'm going to assume any Jeep that looks just as clean as mine is probably going to be a newer version. I really don't know how to tell what year a Jeep is, because, and honestly, they all look the same to me. I don't know what a Wrangler JK Unlimited is. I don't know. I'll find out later on. Anyways, I'm at work. I'm going to go ahead and close the video out. Thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with me. And I will see you in the next video.